Yes, we are live. Good evening, everyone, all over the world. And from anywhere you're joining us, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another episode of the Desirable Voices. Yes, today's going to be wonderful. I can't wait for us to learn from the best today. We are here again for
Mhm.
another edition to learn, to be empowered, to see things from another perspective, from another view, to see that we can do what we thought is not possible. We can achieve what we thought is impossible. We are still women out there doing great things, doing wonderfully well, and we're like, "Ah, I wish I can be on that table. I wish I can be on that stage. How I wish I can be up there. Thinking, oh, to be up there takes a lot of connection, influence. It just feel like impossible. Like I can't be there. I can't do this. So now we're going to be sharing that you can be anything you want to be. Your mindset is the first thing. If you can change your mindset, you can be whatever you want to be, anywhere you want to be, all over the world. You can be that woman that is visible, that the world can see. Only if you step out of that your comfort zone and think of what you want to be like, I can breathe. It's possible because your mindset can limit whatever you want to do. So today I have with me Dr. Victoria Ojiah. Oh, I'm correct, ma.
Absolutely correct.
All right. So she's going to be sharing a lot with us tonight. How women view. It's a privilege to have her here. Yes, it's a
Thank you
privilege
so much.
to have her on this stage. And I've met her before countless times. And when I look at her, I feel like, wow, how did you do it? Like, how did you
Oh,
do this? Is this thing possible? Yes. We see a lot of things. I feel like this is not possible. How did they do it? Like, how are you pulling this out? Where is the boldness coming from? So she's going to be
mm.
sharing her experience with us today. Everything she has learned from the beginning to where she is right now. So if you're just joining us, this is the Desirable Voices. Click the subscribe button to learn more, to watch more videos, the previous episodes that that was released, and for the future what that is coming. So I'm going to introduce my guest. When I'm introducing her, I don't feel like is she the only one? She has all this. Yes, she's more than that. She's more than that. And I really feel privileged for her to be here. When I said I needed her on this player, she said no problem. I was like, wow, thank you so much, ma. I really, really appreciate that.
You're always welcome.
So our guest is Ambassador Dr. Victoria Ojiah Ogwuche. She's a distinguished diplomat, visionary leader, and a formidable advocate for women's economy empowerment across Africa's continent. As an ambassador for the All Agenda 2053 Ambassador Assembly, she played a pivotal role in driving the African Union strategic framework for the continent's long-term transformation into a global powerhouse. She is the founder and the global president of the Cometa Foundation, an international movement dedicated to breaking down barriers for women in technology, business, and professional networking. Under her leadership, the foundation has launched transformative initiatives, including Cometa Network Act and various global conferences, all aimed at ensuring women have a seat at the table and a voice that resonates globally. She is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Strategic Management. Dr. Victoria is recognized for expertise in strategic operations and international relations. Her work is deeply rooted in the belief that an integrated and prosperous Africa can only be achieved through the inclusive leadership and active participation of its women. So, join me as I welcome Dr. Victoria to the stage. You have the floor, Ma. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Omowunmi. That's such an amazing introduction. I just kept nodding and nodding, like, wow, who did all that? Thank you so much for having me. And when you say you reached out to me that you wanted me to be on this show, and I didn't hesitate, you know me very well. That's what I do. I'm excited. I always feel privileged to support another woman, to just be a part of someone's growth because I know what it is to look up to someone and want them to, just shine their light and shine their experience on you or with you and share their experience with you. So it is always a privilege to work with other women, no matter their level or social status. It is beautiful to have that synergy amongst ourselves. Thank you so much once again. So it is indeed an ultimate honor to be here. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for being here, in your tight schedules. Thank you for making our time to say this topic. I want to be a part of it. I want to listen. And I hope that you get something today at the end of the day that will help you embody leadership and create legacies that last. Thank you so much. So without further ado, we just how many minutes do I have, mommy? Let me know how to.
We have like
How many minutes do I
about
have?
50 minutes to go.
Oh, good, good, good. I have time. Good. Okay, so I have a lot of time because I want to explain in details. While Omowunmi was speaking earlier, she made mention of something that you see some women and you see that they are powerhouses. You're amazed how they're doing this. Oh my goodness, if they were born with it. And I just took cognizance of that statement. And it made me to question myself within that minute that was I really born with all this amazing stuff that is happening, all the opportunities that I'm getting and all. And it's just one single fact. No. No one is born with the ability to be anything. Yes, you can see some few persons that are bold, they are, expressive and all that, but it is not because they were born that way. It was because they got the platform to express themselves. It could be through parenting, their parents were very liberal, it could be school, it could be church, anyhow, whatever opportunity or platform that they got, but there was something that positioned them and gave them that free expressions, and it helped them to evolve to become who they are today. So in line with what we're about to speak today, you would agree with me that there is nobody that is born a leader or nobody that is born great or oh this person she's just lucky doing this, he's just lucky doing that. No, there's nobody that is born with any superpower, but we can create our own opportunities. We can actually model our life in a way that we want it to go, and you find yourself aligning with a certain purpose and growing in a certain career or ladder and all that, So with that, it leads me to some few things that I wrote down here that I want us to carefully listen to. I love to carry everyone along on this journey because you find out that you can create lasting impact too as a woman. You can be an amazing leader. You can build something. You can grow something. You can even influence other people's life if you follow a certain protocol. So my pastor will always say, yes, favor can just pick randomly. Favor and mercies and all that can just fall on any man, right? But you can walk favor to your direction. You can walk prosperity to your direction while still praying to God. you can position yourself for favor. For instance, you met with Tony Elumelu today, and he'll be like, "Hi, what's your name?" And you're shaking. You just missed favor, and then he'll be like, "Okay, okay, okay." He just shakes you and go. But if I, Victoria, meet Tony Elumelu today, I know what to say immediately. The first 1 minute, he will hold my hands. I'm like, come with me, tell me more. Why? Because I am prepared, I am ready, I know who I am, I've found my purpose in life, and I just know how to take advantage of every situation. So that's me. I already know that even no matter what is following me from my father's house or my mother's house, if I meet some certain persons, I will build favor for myself. I would build something that would spark a relationship, and then before you know, God is taking you and helping you. So you can actually build a certain lifestyle, leadership, legacies with some few points. Number one is leadership in itself. Building legacy starts with leadership. And when you hear leadership, what comes to your mind is title, position, commanding others, and all. But in the real sense, leadership is actually the ability to govern yourself while leading others. Leadership is again the ability to govern yourself while leading others. Why did I use the word govern yourself? It's because as a leader, there are some few things that you must have embodied before you'd be able to carry other people along. And number one, under leadership is discipline. And you know what discipline is? Simply the ability to do things when no one is even seeing you. Do things when, and a lot of people wait to rise to a certain level before they become this thing that I just explained. For instance, now, say in an organization, you're not in a very significant position, and you're like, oh, I'm not a leader, so being disciplined is not really, really a thing for me, right? And you just do your thing nonchalantly, and you're not putting effort, you're not doing things when nobody's looking. When nobody's looking, it's an opportunity for you to just do anyhow and just go your way. Meanwhile, those are the factors that the top leaderships are looking for in order to bring you on board. Those are the criteria that they are looking out for in order to say you deserve a seat on the table. So, being a leader does not start when you are a leader or when you are in a certain position. It starts from when you're even an intern. It starts from when you don't even know where you're going to. You might be confused, you might not even understand your purpose yet, but you can be a leader even in that confusion. I don't know if you've gone out for, let's say, an event and you see somebody, you don't even know who this person is in this event. You don't know if it's the protocol, you don't know if they are even a part of anything. We have them also in churches. You don't even know which department they belong to, but you can't tell that they have the quality of a leader because they know how to quickly swing into action, how to coordinate people, how to do this, how to do that. So leadership does not always mean you have everything figured out or you are in a certain position. It means your heart and your attitude is prepared for opportunities as well. And then the second step under leadership, we could say emotional intelligence. As a leader, this is one thing that you must embody if you want to even create anything that will last. Now, there's something I do. I call my husband like 1,000 times a day. I can call him, babe, babe, this is this. I, he is like my purge house. He's the one I just called to say, do you know this person did this? Or do you know this thing is going south and it's going west? And I appreciate God because he's so intelligent and he just tells me, oh, he just waters it down, or do this or do that. Then I go back because now I am no longer responding to that thing out of emotion. I am responding to it as a boss. I'm responding to it as a colleague. I'm responding to it because whatever is going on, the growth of the organization or the growth of this unit or the growth of this um relationship or the future of the organization is overweighs any other thing. So most times I get some colleagues and some staff that can really get under my skin. And instead of me to just flare up immediately and do that, I've learned to control myself. I've learned to respond even in a diplomatic way. So I could be responding to you now, but it is no longer in anger. We could sit over, I could talk about an issue, we could address it, because over time I've now learned how to control my emotions. I've now learned how to not judge because of the anger, instantaneous anger that I might be feeling. And it has helped me so much to maintain cordial relationship in my place of work, among my staffs and all that, because I just know. And having being an emotionally intelligent person helps you to understand everybody, because somebody might be coming and they just have issue with their husband, and you say good morning, I don't greet me, what's good about the money and all. That's not who they are. That they just don't have emotional intelligence to know that she and her husband's issue is in the house, and this is an office matter. Some people don't even know once they have issue with their boyfriend. Oh my goodness, you can just tell in your place of work that there's fire in the mountain. These people have not mastered the act of emotional intelligence. They are still allowing their emotions to cloud their judgments, to cloud their decision making and all that. And then the last thing under the umbrella of leadership is consistency. Now this is something that a lot of leaders find very difficult to do. That's why it's easy to open up a business, and after 1 year, after 2 years, it's folding up, it's packing up, especially in my space. For those who does NGO, after 1 year, 2 years, there is nothing new coming to the table, there's no innovation, they just sweep the whole vision under the table. Why? Because they lack the spirit of consistency. And having the spirit of consistency takes a lot of work. It takes passion and purpose to have the spirit of consistency. You have to love what you're doing. You have to just like what you're doing to maintain the spirit of consistency. And that's why they always advise in your place of job, place of work, love it. Don't stop complaining. Have positive affirmations about this place. That is the only way that your spirit, mind, and soul can align with the job, and that is the only way you can be consistent in whatever you're bringing to the table for that organization. So learning consistency might not happen overnight, because for some of us, especially in Nigeria here, some of us just get job not because we love it, but because we just want to survive. But then you can learn to love where you are, especially if the organization is fair, especially if they have certain structure that can just help you. You could just overlook, remember, emotional intelligence, right? So you can overlook some few things and just say, you know what, let me just focus on the brighter side, and let this bright side be the driving force for which I am here, for which I am doing this, for which I am working. So that is all about leadership. So of course, to have or to bet legacies that transcends from generation to generation, you must have understand the nitty-gritty of leadership. And under that, we have emotional intelligence, we have consistency, and then we have self-discipline as a leader. Secondly, under leadership, another arm under leadership, we'll talk about leading others. Remember, we defined leadership as the act of governing yourself and leading others. So what we just handled is the act of governing yourself and the things and the tools that is required in order for you to help yourself grow as a leader. So now when you're working with other persons, when you're leading other persons, how do you navigate? How do you work with them? Because your emotional intelligence is not another person's emotional intelligence. Your leadership skill, you can't open your brain and force it on another person. So there should be ways in which you can actually work with other persons or lead other persons as a leader that can, um, just make everything go right or even go wrong. The number one is influence without control. You see, a lot of leaders feel controlling people is leadership. The moment you start controlling your the people designated under you, rather than leading them, you've lost them. You see, that very thing you're trying to avoid is what you've just initiated by trying to control them. These are adults that can take certain decisions. Some of these persons are leaders in their home, their fathers, their mothers, they've got children, they've got other people under them. So you must understand that you cannot control adults because everyone is coming from a certain ideology. So what do you do? Rather than controlling them, you lead them. You lead them. You direct them. There's a way you can ask somebody to do something. Let me even use the word. There's a way you can command somebody to do something in a very diplomatic way that the person will be looking forward to doing that thing. You won't even see it as command. So you could say, oh, XYZ, why did you do this? Da, 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 da. Oh, and then and the person too is like, if I do amuko, those kind of attitude is not setting in, relationship career barriers is not setting in at all. But as a leader, you must learn how to work with persons without acting or feeling like you're controlling or you're doing too much. Let me use the word, you're doing too much. You could say, oh, this ABC thing actually worked when we tried it. So, da, 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 da. I know this is your department, but why don't you try? So you see the terminologies that you use can actually make things work or just completely ruin them. Our terminologies as leaders can actually help suiting a situation. And when you're doing that, you're showing your colleagues or the people under you that you respect their opinion and you want to hear from them and you want to deliberate rather than to just give orders like it's a military regime. And then secondly, responsibility for outcomes. A lot of leaders, they only want to take responsibilities when it is going well, when everything goes well. And I've seen this play out a lot of time in schools. Um, if something happens to a student, or maybe you flog a student and there was a little mark, or I don't know, whatever the situation might be. I've seen many times the school owners, the directors, the people in charge, like, that's how this teacher is. So no, 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 no. They just sweep this person under the bus completely, you know. And I've also, to be fair, I've also seen schools that take full responsibility for any action. In fact, they will conceal the situation so well that you don't even know the person that was involved in whatever. And you're like, who is the teacher? Who is the teacher? Who is the teacher? Who is the teacher? You don't know because the school has emotional intelligence in play. So they know how to navigate and, take responsibility for whatever outcomes the situation bets, whether it's good, whether it's bad. The school is winning trophy. The school will take responsibility. The school is taking responsibility. Something is happening, something is going left. The school will take responsibility. It is in that taking responsibility that ideas, solutions will just come and you can reason properly, you can work together as a team to find solution. Now, I'm not saying that taking responsibility is concealing someone who obviously has done wrong. Like for those of you that is in the educational sector, I think 2 months ago there was a video that went around the Grenadian boys, how they were beating, bullying each other and all that and all that. Now that is outrightly an evil thing. That is outrightly an evil thing. But whether it's good or not, it is the school's responsibility to say, yes, this happened, we agree. But however, these are the forms and the measures that won't take. And I think I actually love what the leadership of that school did, because of course you can see a lot of noise on the social media. Oh, a lot of people are just talking and allowing their emotions to get the better part of them. But when I look at what the school did, because even me as a parent, I was like, no, I'm not going to take this if it was my child, But at the end of the day, if you look at the underlining measures that they've taken, you find out that the school has immediately suspended, expelled those that were involved. They've taken responsibility, willing to take these children for therapy sections and all that. Those are the kind of responsibility measure that leaders should take. So if you're a leader, know that it's not every time that things will go right. Trust me, there are days that it will go left, but you will still be standing as a leader. Don't do playing games, because if it's good, it is you they know. And if it's still bad, it is you they know, because you are the leader. Nobody wants to know what your subordinate is doing or has done. It is you. Learn to take responsibility. And like, oh yes, it did happen in my department. Oh yes, it did happen in my section. Oh, it did happen in my unit. But however, try to provide solution. And you gain respect of your subordinates when you do that. Because when you defend them and take the bullet, you can come back in house and scold them and scream and do whatever and suspend anybody. Even they will be like, yes, this one has tried, because you indeed stood for them. So being a leader is not only when it's rosy, you must also be there when things are going left. And then your capacity to carry people and not compete with them. This is always a problem in the female circle, you know. Um, you know that you can be a woman like this. You're not even at your gas position, oh. You are just an intern. But then because you're dressing good for your age and you're a Gen Z and all that, I'm like, you see, by wearing these clothes, you think that is jealousy speaking. Because you ought to be proud that the people under you look good. You ought to show them off and say, that's my people, that that's my girl. So those little attitude is coming from a place of pure jealousy. And before you know, this jealousy is turning into hatred and eating you all up. You wouldn't even know why you're an angry person. You wouldn't even know why you've become who you are. It's because it didn't happen in one day or one section or with one person. It has happened over time. You've allowed yourself to be bad, to be bitter, to be all of that. So you must learn not to compete with people. And even if they are growing up to become you, it is absolutely an honor to have people who you have groomed. Look, real leadership is not suppressing other people. One thing, like, I'm a Christian and I always use Jesus as an example and the Bible. One thing that Jesus did so well was the ability to groom people that would take over him. He knew he was not going to be here forever. And he was not afraid that, oh, this beautiful world, I'm going to go, Mary Avatar, I'm not going to see you anymore. Mm-mm. In as much as he loved his people, he was fond of them, his disciples, and everybody. He knew that if he doesn't groom them, nobody will take over him when he's gone. There's this confidence that he had because he knew he had done his job well. So leadership is at its sweetest when you have people who will take over you, when you have grown people who are doing more than you're even doing. It is beautiful. It is a thing of joy to have people who actually can do more than you. It shows that you have won as a leader. In fact, at that point, you move from being a leader to being an emperor, if that word is right in this scenario. You move from being just leader in terms of leading a small group organization to being a master of it, because now you've bettered. It's like a pregnant woman giving birth to another person. Do you see women worrying that, hey, this is my husband that I love so much, now not give birth to another child, then I love the child. Oh no, I don't want a child. It's only me. Does that make sense? The woman, people look at her like she's a witch, right? But we are also doing the same thing in our places of work, in our career, in our churches. We are intimidated when we are betting something. And you see, that's the contrast, because this is you fighting yourself. It's you are supposed to give birth to things. You're supposed to generate and multiply. You're not supposed to. You have failed if everything you have is just you, me, myself, I. No, you have failed. It doesn't matter how far in life you've gone. You have absolutely failed because I believe that everybody is connected to another person in this world. So if you are not shining your light on others, you're not a leader for all I care. You know. So, stay with me, guys. Moving on, I said so much about leadership. I said so much about leadership, and I needed to explain extensively because it is the foundation, it is the root in which every other thing is is bettered. So you must understand, you must have a certain narrative, a certain understanding about what true leadership is, about who a leader is. A leader is patient, a leader is kind. It's not easy. There will be times where you have to scream, but it's coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of, oh, opportunity to now scream at this Sisi Oyibo that is always wearing kokoshu. Those kind of mentality are not there for you. And of course, we as women, in fact, we are born leaders because from the moment you're born as a woman, you know that you're going to grow up and carry another child. You know that you're going to nurture these children, be a mother, or you're not going to add your career, whatever God is asking you to do. And just to set the record clear, a lot of women struggle with purpose because they think they have to be just like Victoria in order to excel. God might be calling you to train those three children. That might just be your calling. But if you do not have leadership skills, you will not know how to train them because there will be days where that son that you love so much will mess you up. And okay, I've seen this play out in my family and my friend's family. She's like a sister as well. Our mothers were so emotional with those child that feel like, oh, they are the troubled ones, or they are, oh, he will change, he will, oh, before you know, they are showering attention on the child. If you come and say, "Ah, mommy, please, I need 100 naira to support me to do something meaningful," they'll be like, I don't have, I don't have manage now. But if this one that is giving them wahala comes and say, hey, I need 500 there, they will tremble. They will tremble and say, oh yeah, take care of this boy. You will change in Jesus' name. They've lost it. That is not true leadership. Because now, what are they growing? I used to be like that. I used to feel like my mom didn't like me. I'm like, why did she like my brother so much? I now understood that she lacked leadership wisdom. She didn't know when to be emotionally available for everybody. She didn't know, oh, my child is going through a lot. Even though Victoria seems very strong, I know at this moment she needs me. They feel like emotional availability should only be given to those weakest link or those ones who are troubled or those ones that are trying to get to the right path. So, and it doesn't always work like that. So, as a mother, like I said, motherhood is a lot. Motherhood in its own is a huge career. So whether you want to go on to do any other thing in life or you want to stick to motherhood, you must understand that you must understand the nitty-gritty of leadership. And secondly, influence. Okay, influence. Now, when you hear influence, especially in our modern days and time, when you hear the word influence, what comes to your mind is number of followers online. Oh, how big you are, money, power, and all that. But trust me, that is even the last thing. It is part of it because when you're so influential, all those things will follow you. But trust me, it is the least on the ladder. It is not what will take you to the pinnacle of influence. It is not what will take you there. What will take you there is the things you're doing, your leadership skills, so many other things put together is what will make you an influential person. So when we talk about influence, it is not noise. It is not. There are a lot of people who have platforms on social media, and unfortunately, people just follow them even though what they're saying is on the basis of bullshit, for all I care. But people follow them. They don't have any, they follow them, oh, and all that. They just give them that attention. So, influence in that light is not influence. It is not influence because there is nothing that they are passing down. There's nothing that people are learning from them. So, like I said, I wrote down something. I said, leadership is not noise; it is direction. You know, many women are visible, but they are not influential. Influence is the ability to shape another person's decision, their thinking, their mindsets, their direction. Just get their attention. So, influence is not the number of persons that you follow. Influence is the ability to shape another person's life, especially in a positive way. We cannot deny that there are negative influence all over the world, even before the time of social media. So, of course, there are influence in the negative and positive aspects. But the true legacies are built on positive influence. Your ability to live your life to the point where people see it and want to be like you, to the point where, and it's very, this influence, the topic influence is very important that we keep hammering on it, especially in this day and time, because a lot of adults are just living their life recklessly, forgetting that there are people who are following them. There are people who see them as role model. There are people who, oh my goodness, I love what this person is doing, I want to be like them. And you might live your life casually, but 2,000 women want to be like you. So
Yeah.
now ask yourself, do you truly want the next generation to be a group of 2,000 women who have your character, or think this is the path to life?
Mm.
So influence is something that we joke with it, but it's very, very important, because there is an article that says what we constantly see can shape us. Social
Mm.
media is extremely powerful. For those of us that are movie lovers, right? I don't know if we've watched which movie will I use for example? I would say Scandal, and we all know Oliver Pope and how she was the baddest lawyer in town. Even the president was, needing her services and all that and all that. Now, there are some points where Olivia Pope did something really, really bad in order to get results. But we, the viewers, we loved her. Like, oh my God, Olivia Pope. Why? Because they have used media and storytelling to influence our thinking and judgment over her. So it
Mm.
doesn't matter what she does well or right. We just love Olivia Pope. Even if she orders somebody to be killed, we just love Olivia Pope. I don't know if that makes sense. So, so
Yeah.
it is very, influence is real and is very powerful. And the fastest way for influence now is the social media.
Yeah.
It's the social media. So as a person that wants to leave legacies, because we're talking about leadership and legacies and all that in between, as a person who wants to, oh, I want the next generation to have something to, feed on, whether you like it or not, even consciously and unconsciously, the next generation is going to feed off you. What are you feeding them from? So influence, don't worry about, oh, but I don't have 6 million followers. Oh, I don't have the global audience. What about the people in your compound? What about the audience of your family member?
Yeah.
What about the audience of your church members? You know,
Mm.
what about, there's no way that we all don't have close to 1,000 person, at least 1,000 person on our Facebook. And the reason why I picked Facebook is that Facebook is more of close relationship space.
Yeah.
90% of the persons you have on your Facebook are people that you know on a personal level, your secondary school mates, your primary school mate, your university school mates, and all and all that. And then whether or not, because some people have really bad character of liking and encouraging people online, and just, they just be looking at you. Omowunmi have posted again. She's doing webinar. And all that. And all that. But we are influencing them.
Yeah.
They are looking at you. Just yesterday, I had a call from a friend of mine. We went to school together, and he was like, "Oh, Kiki, I'm so proud of," because they call me Kiki. "Oh, Kiki, I'm so proud of you. I see what you've done. You've evolved." He used the word evolved. oh, you've evolved to be such an amazing, powerful woman, and you're influencing. I'm so, trust me, this person has not liked my post maybe in 2 years or 3 years, but he's seen it and he knows that I'm an influence. Whether or not he
mm,
admits it, I am influencing something in his life and what he sees. And now, maybe because of me, he understands better what the um, women empowerment and women involvement is and women focus in general. So now, because of me, he sees it more often. It's closer to him. He understands it because it's coming from somebody he trusts and know. So who told you that because you don't have a certain number of followers, you are not influential? Who told you
mm,
that? Just
mm,
keep posting, just keep doing. Do you know at times you might do one post, just one post that will bring somebody to your page. And then when
mm,
they get there, they are now fill in with every other thing that you've been posting. Oh, they leave, they go to the next day. Wow, 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 and oh. Now those things that they've watched, whether they admit it or not, they've gotten something out of those things. So who told you that you're not influential? Who told you that you're not impacting life with what you do? I used to be a person that supports everybody by liking on their post, happy birthday, no matter how busy I am, as long as I'm there, except I didn't see it on my timeline, I would like it at least. I would like it. Now I regulate that. Before it was unconscious. I like my younger brother used to say, if I'm to pay money for the amount of like I drop on social media, I would be broke. I would never have any money with me. That's how much I just like it. Yes, Miss Rahina's post I like. Even if I did, I will like it. But these days I regulate that. Do you know why? Because I know that space is a space that gives approval. And I find
mm,
that a lot of people post nonsense. Oh, that girl that was raped, she too, why did she wear that kind of shirt there? And me unconsciously, because it's somebody that I just go and like it without reading the details of that post. And once Omowunmi comes online and see that Ojiah Victoria likes so post, what comes to your mind? That I've given approval to such a thing, that I'm
yes,
part of that nonsense, that person, that article, that idiotic nonsense article that that person have conjured, yes, regarding that topic or opinion. So these days, I am deliberate about not liking everything, not just because I do not want, the only reason is because I do not want to be part of something that will influence people wrongly. Especially on Instagram, you find out that, oh, this person has 6,000 orders. This person, I will not like nonsense. I will listen to every post and watch it and read it before, except people who I trust, that I know that these people are very intelligent and considerate in the things they do and post, and I know they are God minded. I'm like, okay, even if I don't read it, I know this person is saying something really nice that can help somebody. So influence is very, very important. I wrote something here as well. I said influence is visibility, visibility plus this you can break down influence to be visibility versus influence, and that is people we see versus the people change because of us. Now, visibility is the people we see. Visibility is the number of likes we have. Visibility is the number of followers we have. But influence is the number of people who are truly changed because of us. Is the number of
mm,
people who we influence positive and they become better. That is why I used to implore everybody. Please, I beg you, even the last training we just had last month, I ended it with something. You are all ambassadors, whether officially or unofficially. I beg you, be careful with what you post on social media. You do
mm,
not have to respond to everything. You do not have to say everything that is in your head. Why? Because you have to think of the next person that would misinterpret it and run with that narrative. So it is very important to consider that. And you must be intentional with your visibility because, of course, indirectly, you are an influencer.
mm,
And so you must be intentional about this influencing thing. You must be a responsible influencer and you must be a considerate influencer. Don't be a person that you want only your opinion. Calm down. At times, take a pause and just consider the other person's this thing. Something happened just yesterday that my husband and I were talking about a topic, and I said total rubbish. So it was when he started bringing his points, and it makes sense. Like, oh, that's true. There's no way this nonsense I said makes sense. And that was when I now realized, well, I realized that I've really messed up. And, this particular thing I said is, you don't follow at all. Oh, you're right. Oh, God, this one don't follow. So a lot of people just say things that they don't mean or say things that they don't have good information about, and people will run with it. So please be responsible in that aspect. Now, thirdly, we'll talk about legacy. Legacy, as in we could say legacies are systems. We could define legacies to be system, you know, that we put in place in order for the next generation to feed on, to niche on. It is not always um what we did. It is what we continue because we lived. It is what is continued because we lived. Now, how would I explain this to make it easier? Like legacies are not always about the now. It is what
Mm.
happened because of the now. Legacies is not the decisions I'm taking now. It is what happened because of the decision I have taken now. I don't know if that makes sense. So it is
Yes.
very important to know that legacy is futuristic. Legacy is not, it's like a system. That's why I called it a system. I called it a system because it is what you set in place to run even when you are no more.
Mm.
So most people chase moments, events, applaud. Oh, I'm going to this event. Oh, trends and all that. All that will die off and wear off. What will last is legacies, the
Mm.
things you do for the future. Mike
Mm.
Morer, we know him very well. God continue to rest his soul. He lived a life that was, in fact, everything he did was for the future. Even though people saw him as a very influential, powerful, godly speaker and a man of God, we didn't even know the capacity of what he dropped until he was no more.
Mm.
Now, that is somebody who is walking in legacy. And I must be very honest with you. Legacies are not built from mere decision. They are
Mm.
usually from divine instructions. They are
Yes.
usually from aligning yourself with a purpose. They are
Mm.
usually from being intellectual. It is easy to have influence and trends and all. You only last long if you have something upstairs. And time always tells. Time always tells. It might look like forever, but of course, eventually, start separating the chaff from the wheat. And you know
Yeah.
that this one is just a chaff. This one don't have anything upstairs. So in order for you to lay good legacies and stop chasing applaud, you must be ready to read and learn and unlearn and all that put together, because it's what will shape you to take decisions now that would bet legacies in the future.
Mm.
Many people, I wrote something that said many people are creating moments, but very few people are building a movement for
Yeah.
legacy's sake.
Mm.
If we look back at your life, just let's say we want to use your life as a case study. Let's go back 5 years, or let's say 5 years isn't too much. Let's go back 1 year and see what we can get. Can people learn anything from you? Your post, are they influential enough for them to say, wow, when did she say this? Oh, wow, this woman has always been loaded. One thing
Mm.
about legacies is that people will trail it back to the very beginning. People
Mm.
will trail you back to the very, so there must be evidential proof of your growth. That is what sum up to be your legacies, your
Mm.
everyday step that led to this moment are your legacies. So it's not about doing one thing right. is about continuously building a movement for the sake of the future. So you must what under legacy? Number one, stop chasing movement. Stop chasing moments. You know,
mm,
build movements. And number two, build systems. I've explained that in details. Structures, be part of communities, make friends that that are influencing your life positively. So you
mm,
must build system, whether for yourself, for your children, for anybody. Make sure that your system you're building are intentional.
mm,
And then number three, think beyond yourself. I think this is one thing that just, when they say the final straw that breaks the camel back, this is it.
mm,
You must think beyond yourself as a leader. When you think
mm,
beyond yourself, you will not even worry about competition and whatnot and all those nonsense because you know that you even want to leave things that people can climb on and step on and say, it's because of Omowunmi I'm here today. Oh, I met this lady through Omowunmi. Oh, girls, Omowunmi, there was a podcast I attended. Oh, there was a YouTube meeting I attended. It transformed my life.
mm,
So you must, in fact, everything you do must be circled around the fact that you're thinking beyond you. Who will benefit? What is the importance of this thing that I'm doing? Where is this? Is this something that will continue after me? That's how you build
mm.
legacies. That's how you build legacies. Now I'm going to end this whole so that I don't take us till tomorrow. I will end this section with something. I said, if it ends with you, it was success. If
Mm,
it continues after you, it's legacy. So I'm
mm.
going to take that again. If it ends with you, it's success. You have succeeded. But if it continues after you, it is legacy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My note is full. My note is full.
Thank you.
If it ends with you, it's a success. But if it continues after you, that's legacy. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm. That is deep. That is really deep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma. Because I tell you this night, I've learned a lot. You spoke about influence, legacy, leadership. You've hit the nail on the head. Like, there's so many things I would do. I used to tell people that I don't just behave. I think maybe I've gotten to a point that I can't just do anyhow.
Hmm.
You feel like the world is watching you. Don't just be like,
Absolutely.
nobody knows me. No, you don't know who knows you. You don't in the era of social media. You don't even know who is aware, who knows you. You don't know. I was in a place
Absolutely.
sometimes ago and person said, I know you, the desirable teacher. I'm from LinkedIn. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, good afternoon, ma. I can't remember the person's name.
Hmm.
Although the person introduced herself to me, I was shocked, like, wow. So I was not in the present, I was not in a place where teachers are. But somebody that have seen me on social media could recognize who I was at that point. That
Hmm.
speaks volume.
Yes.
So whatever we are doing, we should remember that people are watching us. We are influencing, like you said. Social media is full of influencers, and they are the one making money in the world where we
Funny
live.
enough.
It's full of influencers, and there is sometimes you sit down and you feel like this thing that these guys are doing. I can do it, but home training will not allow me to go this far.
I'm very.
Okay, home training will not. I don't think I want to disgrace my family, but this thing that they are doing. What is there? Some just they'll just bring their phone and they'll become influencer or one day, and the post will go
Over,
viral
overnight.
and they are making millions. And they are going to tell yourself that but I'm saying something nice, but people are not listening. we happen to find
Mm-hmm.
ourselves in a world where the the wrong get popular, while the right takes
Mm.
a whole lot of time to be seen
It's
by
silence.
people.
Yes. Mm.
Thank you so much, ma. You spoke about leadership. You said if you're a leader and you're not building what you're going to leave for somebody, if your post is only for you, nobody can take your post when you're not there. That means you're not a leader. You're not
Absolutely.
training people to take over after you. What are you? You're just a person. You're not leading. We are live. I know there's something that came to my mind about this leadership today. We are live. I'm going to skip that part. So, yes, because sometimes you see some people, they are not leaders. I believe personally that there is something that some people believe the other way around that. I believe that you grow into this thing. Sometimes when you grow into leadership, you experience shape whoever you are going to be in future. The kind of leader you're going to be, your experience shape who you are. There are some people that they just find
Yes.
themselves in the position of leaders, and you see that they are all about the power,
Yes.
how to use the power, how to suppress
Mm-hmm.
people. It's not really about
Mm-hmm.
impact. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about who I'm influencing, who is learning from me, who is taking away something from me. Like you
Absolutely.
said, the last statement you said if it ends with you, it's success. There are so many people that have lived their life that it has
Mm.
ended with them. After them, is there's
Yes.
nothing to write home about. The moment they are
Yes.
gone, the business is gone. The moment they are gone, their
It
name
dies with
is
them.
gone. It ends with them.
It dies with them.
And there are people that we don't know them, but till now we can still say, oh, I heard something about Awolowo, Kwame
Mm.
Nkrumah. There are names that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know them. I don't know where they existed, but their names is still there
Yes. What they
because
did
their
lived on.
legacy, yes, their legacy is still there. It lives on, and
Mm-hmm.
the generation that are yet to come, they are still going to hear about them
Yes.
because their name is written down in history.
Yes. Absolutely.
They didn't just come to take over. They did not just come at that time like let me just rule. This thing is more than I said leadership is more than just now.
Yes.
So many people, in fact,
Beyond.
I wish I just hope people will see this and rewatch it again and share to people to see. It's
Mm.
beyond now. As a teacher, they
Beyond
will
now.
tell you your children, you are like a mirror. Your children are watching. They are
Mm-hmm.
seeing you. They are seeing your life. Whatever those children
Absolutely.
are going to become, they will actually take a part of you, whether you like it or not.
They will.
Whe-
They will. They will. Consciously
Whether
or
you like it or not, they
unconsciously.
will take. Yes, they will. But there are some of us that when we were growing up, we didn't have the opportunity. Our parents were not this, their eyes are not opened. I remember as a child, I used to argue with my mom about what a woman is supposed to do, how a woman is supposed to have her own money, build her own legacy, be of herself,
Legacies.
achieve whatever she wants to achieve. But the mother that bettered me have another mindset. But as a child, I could remember that I was like 12 years old. And I'll keep telling her, no, this process is wrong. Blah, blah, blah. She'll say, no, what do you know? I'm talking, blah, blah. I said, what I'm saying is actually right, but you will not listen. Do you know, some years later, after I've given birth, then she said something to me, she said, ah, that thing that you used to say, if I had listened, that statement touched him. If I had listened, maybe my life would have been better. because
Mm.
I found myself in an environment where people I grew up in that environment where people believe that, oh, it's the husband that provides everything. Then as a child I tell
Yes.
myself, what if your husband is dead? What if the person that you called
Mm.
your leader, that you feel like is the omnipotent, is the one that will do everything, is no more there? What will happen to you?
Mm.
Your life will pause.
Become a helpless, paused,
Then you yes,
confused,
yes. Then you
subject
start begging,
subject to people's direction and help.
yes. You start begging family, please help me. That's not the life. As a woman, that's what prompted. That's what brought about this. Woman, your life should not revolve around somebody. That I have that mindset. Like my life should not be paused. If anything happen, in fact, if I'm no more today, my children life should not pause.
Yes.
That's my mindset. Let's live a life where our legacy will live forever. Even when we are not there, there's something that we have built that they will say, oh, this is what you don't know my mom. This is my mom. Your name alone. People of influence today, yes, people of influence today, only their name, the surname, you just need the surname to open
That's
doors
all.
in places.
Yes.
And that thing did not come in one day. Did not just wake up and decided that, oh, it takes a lot of time. They put in a lot
Mm.
of effort. They put in a lot of
Absolutely.
work. There is sacrifice. They built something. So women out there, if you're listening to me, if you're watching us, it's not a magic. You need to start from somewhere. You need to start from somewhere. You need to build a life for yourself. You're not just building a life. Like the Bible said, there are some that plant their own on rock, some on good ground. You need to plant the one that is going to stay, germinate,
Mm.
grow big. That's legacy. That one that will not be washed away by rain.
Yes.
That life that when you're gone, people will not say, it's over, she's gone. Let's have a rethink about the way we live our life, how we want to build from now on. Mrs. Victoria, thank you so, so, so much. My note, with this, my note, I think I have a post for 1 month on social media.
Please, please
Because
tag me. Please tag me.
no problem. Because I really learned a lot from this. Thank you so much for coming. Please, ma, do you have a last word for the ladies?
Yes, I do have a last word for the ladies that are watching me and for the ones that will stumble on this video much more later. And I just pray that you listen till the very end so you can learn something. And that word is you are the architect of your life.
Hmm.
Nobody can direct the course of your life. So wake up, take charge, make the best decisions, and God will see you through your desired purpose. God bless you. Can you hear me? Omowunmi? Are you still there? Okay, I think network is bad. Can you hear me? Ah, okay. If you just give her like a few seconds, see if she come back. And for those of you that are watching, please share this video, like it, comment, share it across all your social media platforms, and follow the desirable teacher Omowunmi Olaleye on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And of course, you can follow me too, Ojiah Victoria Ogwuche, across all social media platforms, or Kiki Angel, KICKYANGL, across all social media pages. Just type either of these names and I'll pop up. Please, I'll be happy to follow you guys. Follow me and follow back immediately. And let's continue the conversation beyond here. Let's continue to make impact. Let's continue to change lives. Let's continue to be who God has ordained us to be and not be shut down by limitations of fear, limitation of what if, limitation of I'm not good enough. You're good enough. You're perfect. And you are in the right. It doesn't matter how beaten life has, you think life has won, or how you think life has beaten you hands down. You are exactly in the position where God does his best miracles, where God does his best work. So you're not too beaten, you're not too far behind. You're in the right position, and this is the right time for you to step into God's purpose over your life. I pray that you sleep this night and think about the things you can do differently and just keep pushing. Don't wait for the right time. Don't think about it. Don't don't calculate too much. Just start. Just push. Just keep going. You make mistake, but you learn from them, and you keep understanding, and the vision become clearer, and things become the path becomes clearer. You understand the vision better, and you just keep going, and you understand where God is taking you to. But the only problem is if you don't start. You can never make mistakes if you don't try. You can never understand the path if you don't keep going. Just stand up, just keep doing something, just keep going, pushing one day at a time. Leverage on collaborations. I always tell you people, leverage on collaborations. Collaboration is amazing. Have good relationship with people. Reach out to them. Oh, please, I love to do this. I love to do that. They are still kind people who are not power drunk by their influence or their social status, and they will still be very happy to do something with you. So just leverage on all those opportunities around you. If you cannot reach to those at the extreme top, start from the bottom. People within your circle, people within your church, your pastors, use them, climb, not collaborate with them, and just start from somewhere and just keep going and just keep pushing, and you find out that you will never be where you were coming from today or before. And I pray that God helps us, God see us through while we're waiting for Madam Omowunmi. I think her network was really bad. She went offline earlier when we were having this conversation, and she came back in. So I'm hoping that she will soon be back here. And if not, I'll just have to end the conversation on her behalf so that we all can. I know we are tired for the day, so we all can go have a lovely, lovely night rest. If you have questions, yes, I remember. If you have questions, please, please, please leave a comment. I'll come back to this video to see all your comments. If you have questions, please leave a comment on this video. I will come back and check if there's any question. I'll respond to them.